right, welcome back, gentlemen, and here we are with this guy, Raven Spawn. And yes, I'm going to sound like every other YouTube channel that I've seen the review on this guy. There's not a whole lot other than I did research to educate myself on this guy, and I guess Mcfarlane wanted to get this guy out there, but apparently my understanding that this is supposed to be a version of Al Simmons, some kind of a necro suit or an early suit in a different time. He's some kind of a lord in a castle. Don't quote me on it, but if you guys know the history of this character, by all means share it with me in the comments. Don't mind the light, I'm just adjusting it to get a better quality of it. Now guys, my usual pet peeve, it is top heavy. The bottom feet don't hold them up very well. So let's get some house cleaning out of the way. Let's take a look at how high this guy is. I'm gonna go ahead and take my trusty measuring tape and I'm gonna go ahead and put him here. Give me a second here. And a little bit more over the top of that crown. Let me if you can see on the video to the top, I'm getting 7.8. I just don't want to touch him because he does tend to be top heavy. We know that. I've talked about the Mcfarlanes being top heavy, but that's not a problem for the anim. There he goes. As soon as I touched him, he wants to fall down. So I'm going to just push him back here, back of the cave. And let's take a look at what this gentleman comes with. And so you can see it is a the holding, oh my god, the base. It's a whole standing base. To put it, nothing different, just the word Spawn on it. And you know, thank you Mcfarlane for providing these to us. Not big on the accessories. Let's take a look at the other thing. This is this weapon here. It's awesome. Definitely Noom Sabat can use it, but in my world, Noom Sabat is Scarecrow, and just like the Injustice game, Scarecrow has a weapon almost similar to this. The sad part, gentlemen, you cannot stretch this out. It looks like it might break. It bounces back. I guess it goes around the waist or in his hands. So again, some of you guys are very creative out there. I'm sure you'll find a way to animate this, make it look really good on camera. And last but not least is this axe tool or staff that we will be putting on him later so we can take a look at it. And man, look at this thing. Now, I don't know if by design Mcfarlane left it with this plain color. I'm sure some of you maybe who are really into Spawn. I just got into him. Will most likely maybe give this a touch up of color. I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm not that artistic. We all know based on my Instagram what happened to the last gold variant Red Death that I ordered, the gold one, where I tried to do my own painting and it came out like crap. So I'm not even gonna touch it. But now this fella here, this gentleman right here, absolutely insane. I'm looking at him, and we'll go over the articulations and all that pretty soon, but to me, this guy looks like Skeletor. I don't know about you guys, but those green eyes, the grin, he just looks like a really, really dark Skeletor. And if I turn him around here, you guys can take a look. Look at that. Look at the details of this guy. How great is that? And Mcfarlane, thank you for these spiky things are soft. So gentlemen, if you're going to be animating him, you won't get hurt. On his foot, he does have small ones. These kind of hurt when you're trying to move the toe articulation, and we'll look into that. Everything about this design, Mcfarlane, let me tell you, I know that you have the DC contract. I know that you're making the DC, but I'm glad that you give special love to your brand. Look at the chest piece, almost looks like a face. If you're looking at that, look at that. I mean, these things, other weapons I guess Al can reach and use to kill, or whatever he does in his spawn world. And to my understanding, he is some kind of a lord in a medieval time, I believe. And man, I can't get over how great this guy looks. I mean, take a look at those detailings. Look at the boots. Look at that. And again, guys, these are soft. If you're going to be animating, they're not going to hurt your hand like some of his other figures. And they kind of have like a wood color to them, like almost like a tree type of creature is here. And again, if I was to be into Masters of the Universe, this would probably be my version of Skeletor. And again, he's supposed to be a good guy, but I have a feeling that in my DC world, crossover, Spawn world, I'm going to make this guy like a bad guy. I got the Redeemer, who is supposed to be the villain, how ironic, in the Spawn world, but he's an Archangel, or at least that's what I call him. And I like for him and this guy to fight. This guy this is just like a lord or something, but overall, look at the teeth. Look at that. How great does this look? So let's begin with what the articulation looks like. So the head does go side to side. I'm not getting up any up and down. The arms, gentlemen, the uniform or whatever this is, the skin, it's inside the bicep. So his bicep is not gonna go out that far if you're planning on doing it because of this. So you can see it there. Not a big deal. Not a deal breaker. Can't criticize it. I saw some people talking crap about this guy. Same people who get action figures for free criticizing it. But again, they forget that in the 80s, our action figures only had like 5 points of articulation. So double jointed elbows. That's always a plus. Look at that. He can open his arm like that. You guys can see the elbows double jointed, the other elbows inside the gauntlet. Mcfarlane, I love you. You've put the ball bearing that I told you to put inside the gauntlet or in the sleeve. That gives it more stability so the hands don't come out. And I'm always going to refer back to the Wonder Woman figure that I reviewed where the hand just pops out. And to this day, I don't even touch her. Unless I'm going to animate it, I'm going to be careful her hand doesn't come on. I try not to put the sword on that particular hand. As far as the waist, he's got the waist swivel, as you guys can see. He's got the ab crunch. It doesn't go that far, but it does go that back. Again, Mcfarlane, you put him in this mechanism. That's how far you can stretch out the legs. Very quickly, guys, let me pull them off camera because I have loosened them up a little bit right before taking them off before shooting the video. You may not see it because of the design, but that's a double jointed knee. It's just covered by this, by the skull. Again, on the other side as well. Let me take them off camera. It's fantastic. This figure is great. A lot of people mentioning that they were not going to get this guy, and I wasn't going to get the clown. I really don't like clown. I just don't get it. Mcfarlane, wonderful. Even though your figures are top heavy, you put the ankle or the ball joint inside the boot. I keep telling you, that's fantastic when you do that, because the figure has more stability. Even though this one's been falling down or wanting to fall down, I got this one to stand up now there. You did a fantastic job. It does have a toe articulation, but gentlemen, I'm not going to reach for him again until I put the weapons on him. So you can look, because I can't stand when they're falling down, and I don't want to put them on a stand, on the stand that it comes with. I like to naturally see the figure, see what I'm going to work with. This thing just, man, it's just wicked. Look at that, and the eyes just... And I've got 3 LEDs pointing into the bat cave so we can look at the figure with details, and it just looks fantastic. I love this figure. It was the least one, and it ended up being one of my favorite besides the Redeemer. I do get the Gunslinger on Thursday. I believe I'm getting the Violator on Wednesday, so we can review that. And gentlemen, I'm gonna do two things for the Violator, because I do also have the Dark Side. I'm not gonna film it in the cave because my studio's small. These figures are pretty big. And like I said, all my productions are done with the iPhone. I don't do it on a DSLR because I want to push the technology as much as I can. I want to show you that you can do a channel and you can make filmmaking with your iPhone. But enough about that. I did talk about that in another video called Straight Talk with Red. Let me grab the figure now, guys, off camera, and let's put first the chain weapon so you guys can see what it looks like. I am off camera, gentlemen. Real quickly, just squeezing in the weapon into his hands. You can tell, guys, it's this S weapon, whatever this thing is giving me a hard time, but that's okay. I'm putting it there. And there he is with that weapon. So I have it wrapped around him because, again, it's in the shape of the S. Maybe for Spawn, I guess that's what it stands for. But there it is. I'll move his hands up so you guys can see. There it is, that weapon. I have them all around him. It did come off his hand right now, this one here, but that's okay. I like to see what you guys do with this thing, how you guys can probably straighten this out or make it more flexible if possible. I'm going to now, I pulled him off the camera, and I'm going to go ahead and put the staff on him. Let's see what the staff looks like. And this staff axe weapon looks amazing on him. Man, he does look like Skeletor. Let me bend his arm back. Let me put him in a stable. And once again, there he is. I mean, man, 20 bucks. This guy looks almost like Skeletor. Is looking mean. I don't know what else to say other than the fact that I was coming into this review not too excited like I was about the Violator. You guys saw that video. But overall, this guy's got my attention. I mean, look at all the detailing there. Look at that. Again, guys, tell me what you think. Is this something you want to add to your filmmaking, to your collection as far as action figures? Is this something that you're going to like? Let me know. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. Share with me if this is something that you like. I will put a link to get him. Overall, man, I'm not disappointed by this guy. I can't be mad. Look at the green eyes on him. This thing just looks awesome. So I will probably set him up so I can do some thumbnail pictures for the the review of this character. And again, guys, if you like the show, if you like the review, go ahead and hit like. Go ahead and get the notification so when I upload, you're notified. And don't forget the most important thing, go ahead and subscribe. You guys will find me on Instagram and Twitter. I will be there to have a conversation. And like I said, I love engagement. I love, talking to you guys. One more thing, guys, I keep announcing it is because I want you to participate. Chino Moreno's stop motion contest is still going on. I'll post a link to that there. Tell me what you guys think. And again, overall, fantastic character. Love the aesthetics. Love that cape. You know, it's got that texturing. It is a soft cape. And like I said, Man, I wasn't sure what I was getting into when I got this figure, but overall, this guy looks fantastic. I like him. So, like I said, let me know what you think. And as of now, this is Red, and I am out.